Well, happy Friday. Feliz Viernes to all. Guys, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Today's all about kind of taking a moment to look around, notice our neighbors, both within your community and also across the pond, people far and wide. Just take a moment to think about what people are up to in the world. Maybe there's some child playing with a ball. If you don't know what a random child is doing, they're probably playing with a ball. Already you should just feel a deep sense of peace and connectedness with your fellow man as you imagine a child with a different skin color than you playing with a ball. Okay, now imagine that child getting blown up by a laser beam. And know that that's just something we have to live with. I don't know why, but children that are currently only guilty of playing with a ball are being vaporized by space-age weapons. And that's been going on since the Dark Ages. That's been going on. Just take a look at the cave paintings. Take a look at the monoliths, the pyramids, the hieroglyphs. I don't know why, but for the last 20,000 years, people were writing down in, ancient stone with a nice stylus saying, today was pretty good. The rain fell, the crops grew, the crocodiles were singing, and then two children that were playing a game of tag were vaporized by a UFO. The gods are mysterious, but they're the gods, they know best. What else is going on in the world today? And I'm not going to check the news, I'm just going to use my intuition. Here's what I can guarantee you. What I can guarantee you is that a man with glasses is lighting up a pipe. A man with a pair of reading glasses is sparking a pipe. He's about to puff some clouds into I don't know, his wife's face because she was nagging him. That is so alpha. I don't think you should do it. Not every alpha behavior is purely good. Blowing pipe smoke in your wife's face because she told you to stop cheating on her? It's objectively alpha. It's just not nice. It's just not nice. Let's think of one more thing that's happening today. Let's think about what an animal is doing. And again, I don't know this for certain, I will say that what I'm about to say is statistically obvious. Right now, a butterfly is lilting on a lily. And I'm not gay for knowing that. It's not gay to know what a butterfly is probably doing somewhere. Oh, you really think that that's what a butterfly is doing? I think a butterfly is flying into, the rotor of a attack helicopter right now. That's all I know about butterflies, is them getting smashed in a ceiling fan. You sound gay. You sound closeted. Now let's actually take a look at the news. You know what I like to Google? Funny news. What's in the news today? AP. AP, please give me a laugh about reality. Is this far to you guys? Let me know. Try the laugh challenge. Overrated to play one day bringing his own way. After altered plans, U.S. midfielder gets one-day leave from World Cup training for his own winning. So this is an example of a journalist who is paid to, compile funny news stories. This is an example of him finding normal news and making it funny by doing a pun. If this pun wasn't in here, this would not be funny news. But, you gotta make the boss happy. I mean, what did your boss say when you showed him this? This is the feature of funny news on AP News. What to know about Manhattanhenge, NYC's sunset spectacle. If you're not familiar with this, I think that one day a year the sun goes down in between some buildings in New York, and people come from far and wide. People come from Syria and the Congo and Scotland and Buenos Aires. People come from Mars to see the sun go between some buildings. There's a huge fucking traffic jam. That's funny. If you're not laughing, you're not looking at the news enough. If you're not laughing, you don't have your finger on the damn pulse. Here's a funny story. Pigeons navigating with their liver. The only reason I'm not cracking up right now, the only reason I'm not dying laughing right now, is because I already know all this stuff. This is just a joke I've heard before. Oh, I've heard that one. That's funny, but I've actually heard that one. It's good, though. You should keep telling it. Guy walks into a bar. A round of applause for La Pera, winner of the Palm Dog Award at Cannes. Another example of just punnage. Tractors, ATVs, and golf carts. Oh my, Michigan seniors arrive at school in style on Tractor Day. This is the funniest news story so far. It's funny because they're driving a tractor. And you need to look at this image and know why it's funny. You have to tap into the whimsical. Right, and folks, the news is broken. So that was me just looking at the news just now. I'm not even sure if you were able to see it. What's this? Andrew Tate versus therapist. Guys, I didn't even click on this. This is just a gift from God. Let's watch it. 10 million views from 2 years ago. Let's skip to what the viewers love. God, you know what the viewers like about this video? When it ends. The viewers love the moment at which this video is over. But let's go to the penultimate highlight.
Love when God or life or the universe or whatever you want to call it gives me a chance to be brave. I love when he gives me an opportunity. Mm-hmm. Here's your chance to be brave, Andrew. Mm-hmm. Here is your chance to show you are that guy. Mm-hmm. Here's your chance to have another story where everyone else would have failed, you would have succeeded. Here is your chance to win.
You know what's interesting about Andrew Tate? He does a really good job of disguising his British accent. Like, he doesn't go like, Lord Governor, like, but the timbre of his voice, like the altitude that his voice box hits, is so disgustingly British. It makes me want to blow my brains out. Here's how Andrew talks. The thing about going to McDonald's and getting a Big Mac is that it's absolutely tasty and it has pickles on it. It's like, I know that you're probably maybe from America, but the frequencies, man, the high, you need a fucking low pass filter on this guy's voice or something. Sounds like shit. But I do admire his effort in coming across slightly mid-Atlantic, but listen to this fucking guy.
Because, you know, it's easy to fly around on private jets and stay in 5-star hotels with a bunch of beautiful women and drive Bugattis around. Cool. But where's the point where I get to actually prove I'm...
Where I get to actually... Dude. Control yourself, man. Don't speak from the throat like you're Smaug. This guy sounds like a fucking, he sounds like a radio that is on the frets. I mean, he just sounds like absolute shit. And don't get me wrong, I love what he says. Don't get me wrong, I love what Andrew Tate says. I just can't stomach how he says it sometimes.
I mean every word I say. Right. So God gave it to me. So, yes, thank you. I agree. We agree. Thank you. And if God decides I have to go back, then the best mental model I can have is not, the Romanian system of justice is unfair, it's corrupt, I got too big, the Matrix got me. No, the best mental model is God wants me to learn something here. And he's going to teach me that through suffering.
God wants me to learn something here, and he's going to teach me that through suffering. If you go into Facebook right now and you find the most C-tier Christian relative that you say right now, for some reason they're saying the exact same thing, but about the devil. Some guys will get on a podcast like this and say, God is teaching me something. He's throwing me a disaster so I can learn something. Why is it that when your aunt gets a flat tire, she says, nice try, sneaky devil? Can't it just be God giving you a flat tire? Why are we in such disagreement about who's sabotaging our lives? Shouldn't we nail that down as people who just know what Christianity is? If there's something bad happens to you, I thought we were in agreement that the devil's doing that. God's teaching you by fucking your life up? I thought we already had a guy for that. Andrew, you're British. I get it. You don't want to say the word devil. Devil. The damn devil gave me a challenge. The damn devil tried to teach me something. I mean, that's the thing. That's what being an enlightened Christian is. If the devil's always throwing curveballs at you, you never learn your lesson. You just say, fuck off, devil. I won't be learning your lessons today. But by that logic, we should reverse it. If something good happens to you, and I think honestly this is what a lot of Christians believe, if something good happens to you, some Christians will be like, oh, that's the devil trying to tempt you with a good time. Why are Christians so confused about this fucking binary between good and evil? When something good happens to you, it's the devil trying to trick you. When something bad happens to you, it's God giving you a lesson. You'll talk to a slightly more thin Christian, and they'll say the exact opposite. Guys, get on the same page. You're like Sunnis and Shiites.
He's going to make this difficult, and he's going to make me feel pain.
Oh, you're talking about the devil. He's going to make things difficult. He's going to make me feel pain. That's a horny guy with a pitchfork. God shan't be making your life difficult and bringing you pain. If anything, he should just be asleep at the wheel.
And he's going to make this as hard as he decides it needs to be so that I can sit here and learn things. So I'm going to go and sit with my cockroach friends, and I'm going to learn. I already learned things. I can tell you a bunch of things I learned. Even physical things. I would hunt cockroaches in the dark at night. I would stand to kill them. I'd stand near the wall and I'd measure out a palm strike directly, exact measurement, so I didn't hurt my elbow or my hand, to the wall. And I'd just sit and just wait. And I'd hear them crawling. And in nearly pitch black, I could hear one in front of me. Bam! I got to the point where I could kill them. Ninja for real. I was like, I'm learning shit in here.
He's fucking awesome, dude. He's based. He's talking about kung fu striking cockroaches in his dark home, and he said I could kill them ninja for real. Bro, you are invited to the cookout, and not only that, you're invited to my little girl's tea party. You are allowed to be everywhere with a fucking dictionary like that, with a vocabulary like that. And just the imagination to do that, to turn off all the lights in your house, it's the dead of night, and you're so deranged, and you have such a zest for life. I don't know what this has to do with God giving you challenges. This is what this good Christian man who wants the best for Western civilization and men, this is what he has to say. God puts cockroaches in your house so that you can stay up late hitting them like a ninja. Do we really need a second coming? Do we really need Jesus to come back when we have guys like this? I mean, Jesus, if you're listening, stay home. We got it. We got the message. We're hanging up the phone. We get it, bro. We don't need anyone to die from our sins, for our sins, from our sins. Damn, you know what's true about Jesus? He died from some sins. It's not right to put Jesus on the cross. That's one of the 8 deadly. Maybe it's good. I don't know what. I mean, that's another thing about Christians. Is it good or bad that he died on the cross? Make up your mind. Second coming, I thought we did it right. Second coming, I thought we got it right on the first take.
So that was fantastic.
Bro, I fucking love this guy. How does someone even think of it? His body wants to say with every strand of DNA they want to say, so that just happened. But Entertain is so sophisticated, he goes, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, I learned.
Did you learn anything about yourself?
Who's this fucking guy? Jesus Christ. Who is this Jim Carrey, Will Forte guy? Wow, Lee. David Sutcliffe. David Sutcliffe tries to crack the indomitable Andrew Tate. You cracked him open, man. He admitted that he hunts cockroaches with the Bruce Lee palm strike. And he admitted, after saying something potentially embarrassing, he doubled down and he said, so that's fantastic. I mean, there is a way to defeat a therapist, and he just did it. Andrew Tate defeated a therapist. If you can say to your therapist, I mean, I'm trying to come up with something just as audacious as what Andrew Tate just said. Okay, here's what I like to do. Here's one of the challenges that God gives me. I go outside at the crack of dawn, and I start looking around for, pigeons. I don't live in a city, so pigeons are hard to find. So what I do is, I go on my phone and I look at pictures of pigeons, and I download them, one at a time. Different photos, sometimes I'll download doubles of the same pigeon, until my entire camera library is filled with pictures of pigeons, and then, one by one, I delete them. One by one, I delete these photos of pigeons, and I feel amazing. It's like I'm doing just a ritual. I'm cleaning up this whole environment of my phone, of my mind. Then I'd start doing it with beheading videos. I start screenshotting images of headless victims in the Middle East. I got 128 gigabytes of iPhone storage filled with ISIS beheadings snuff photography. And then, one by one, I delete the photos. I got to the point that I was like a hacker. I got to the point that I vibe coded a program that deletes them, that downloads and deletes them for me. So that's fantastic. If I said that to a therapist, no more therapy. The therapist says, all right, you defeated me. Well done. I have nothing to say to that. You clearly will not benefit from medicinal conversations. Speaking of medicinal conversations, I would like to engage with a conversation with a close friend of mine. We're going to get him on the forum here pretty soon. He's a guy that heals me. Talking to him is very valuable, and I want to say that we both cheer each other up. So we're gonna chat because I wouldn't say I'm having a bad day, having a decent day. But it always helps to just get a little love in the life. Alright, we're gonna wait for my buddy to unmute himself. By the way, I know that a lot of us are having to deal with non-binary people in the workplace right now. In the workplace, on the street. Hey buddy, can you hear me? Alright, we'll give him a sec to get online here. Now, just to finish up my thought, when you're trying to talk about a non-binary person in the third person, and you say they hate themselves, that's not how it works. We're supposed to be saying they hate their self. That's just basic grammar for you. They hate their self. That's just the grammar of it. Alright, they have one self. Their self. Think about it. It's hard. And I'm not saying you have to respect anyone's pronouns, especially if they're an asshole. We can bring back, competitive misgendering, and you can do it to people who are totally their own gender. Like your old man, your dad, your boomer dad, call him a girl. See how he likes it. Hello, my friend, are you online? Hello, virgin alert, virgin. Hello, Virgin. He's probably doing something really important right now. This is just classic Virgin. I'm not gonna get triggered about it. We'll wait. We'll wait. It's so interesting. I mean, I got this call interface on my computer right now, and I got a little message saying that he's muted themselves. Muted themselves. And, I don't know, I guess that's just a good strategy. It's like taking a vow of silence. This guy, he's taken a vow of celibacy, and he's taken a vow of silence, all kinds of shit. Hello, can you hear me? He's on mute. Hello, hello. Oh, there you are. Here, give me a moment. Can you hear me, buddy?
Yes, I can hear you. The software is working correctly.
Okay, great. And you were able to solve that using your expertise.
Well, no, I was able to solve it using just general problem solving. I have no particular expertise in this software.
Okay, well, you have a baseline skill level. Can I ask you something? This just occurred to me. Have you ever played a role-playing video game, or do you ever do Dungeons and Dragons with your, virgin friends?
I don't know why you're saying virgin. What do you mean virgin friends? I would never identify a friend as being a virgin because it's none of my business, and besides I don't care if they have done that or not. It's not relevant to who they are.
Can I ask you something? Do you believe that Tourette syndrome is real?
I have not studied. I'm not really sure what the Tourette syndrome is. What is it?
Tourette syndrome is your body or your voice produces involuntary motions or words.
Well, I don't know because some of the things you say to me seem like they couldn't possibly be voluntary, so
Yes, that's what I'd like to say to you right now. I have a form of Tourette's that only exists with one conversation partner, and I hate to break it to you, but it's you. So if I ever say the word virgin spontaneously in conversations with us, it would mean a lot to me if you ignored it because it's a neurological condition that I have.
okay, then I guess I don't think it's real because when you're using it that way, it just seems like you're come up with an excuse to do whatever you want to me.
Okay, you reserve the right to be ableist, that's fine. I am still your friend. I have Tourette syndrome, you don't believe in it, those are just two quirks that we have. I'll go back to asking my original question. Have you ever played an RPG, tabletop or digital?
Yes, I've played many video games before when I was younger, and I was in an age of nourishment and enrichment, and I wanted to explore what culture had to offer, and it taught me a lot about storytelling and about characters and different struggles that imaginary people might have. But I don't currently role play in any capacity because I occupy myself with more important things.
Uh-huh. Well, let's take that as given. Not everything that I'm going to ask you about is going to be of the utmost importance, but do me a favor and talk to me about it anyway. When you make a character in an RPG, what are your stat priorities?
You know, health and strength and speed.
Health. Health's your number one, followed by strength, shortly thereafter speed. I got that right?
Well, ideally, in the playthrough of a video game, I don't like when my character passes away from damage incurred, so I prioritize health so that that never happens.
So you're maxed out. You're maxed out on HP when you play a video game. I mean,
It's
that
very
way,
unrealistic to be able to restart as the same character after they experience death. I
I see.
think video
You're
games should not.
prioritizing.
It teaches children that life is expendable, and it's just not.
Okay, but you're not a child anymore, so as an adult, do you still make decisions based on whether or not they're valuable and nourishing for children?
I no, because what I'm saying is that children are taught the wrong things, but as an adult, I know that we should prioritize health.
Wait, so this is it's not, and I'm not going to go so far as to say that an RPG is some kind of personality quiz, but let's just keep it in the realm of fantasy for now. when you're role-playing, when you are acting out your fantasies, realism is of the utmost importance, which is why you max out your health, because if your character were to pass away, that would break your immersion. You want to stay in the fantasy, and the only way to do that is to max out your HP. Am I correct?
Yeah, I just think yes, because well, in a way, because the character in their journey, they would prioritize their life above all other things. I mean, I think that's just obvious.
So, let's say, have you ever played an RPG with another real human being, like even online or tabletop? They don't have
No.
to be a virgin. Forgive my tick.
No, because I don't think that those kind of video games are very good. I think that and most video games aren't good, but it's, you know, the best of them, it's about a personal journey. It's about nourishment, enrichment, and telling a story. And if you're playing a video game with other people, then there is no story. It's just whatever anybody wants who's in the room. There may be somebody who's allowed or takes control, and I don't think that is allowed in a story. If you were reading a book and then suddenly a different kind of thought came in, some other person started writing the book, you would say this ruined the story. There was an author who had some intent or a lesson to teach, and now some fool has gone and decided it's something else entirely. I have no interest in collaborative video games. I think that's different. I mean, it's practically a sport.
True. I can see where you're coming from. If you and I were playing an RPG together, and you were an awesome health maxed,
Paladin.
Giga Paladin. Paladin. Walk me through that. What's a Paladin do again? What are their strengths, other than health, when you play them?
Well, a paladin has a sword, but they also do have magic, and they have, I believe, like light or white magic, so that they can heal others. But they are also morally good, lawful good.
Well, that's awesome. And I do want to say, and you can take this however you want, I hope that you'll take this as a compliment, but I think you live your life as a paladin, IRL. I think that you do prioritize your health. You're always going on long walks and listening to really cool, eclectic music. You're always keeping your brain sharp by going on Wikipedia and looking up trivia. And you don't smoke or drink. I mean, that's really prioritizing your health. And I also like the way that you heal me. You're always giving me nice health tips, like don't drink.
Yes.
What class do you think I am? I mean, you might be more well-versed in RPGs. What would you reckon my class or race is?
I'm not sure. Enemy? Or just a...
Enemy.
Well, just a rogue or a thief.
Okay, walk me through that. Why would I be an enemy, rogue, or a thief?
Because you'd look like one, because you have this big face. I mean, I think that in typical RPGs, the main heroes are not these big thugs. The big thugs, the henchmen, the goons, I mean, they work for the villain, and they're typically disposed of quite early in the video game, because later on you fight more impressive enemies like dragons and monsters.
So I'm not big enough to be a monster, and not strong enough to be a dragon. More of a goon, more of a henchman. So let's talk about, like, primary antagonists, the big bads, the bosses. And I'm not talking about dragons or monsters. I'm talking about the evil wizard or dark lord or nasty king who's pulling the strings. Let me try to paint a picture for you, and you tell me if I'm right. Probably dark hair, a bit on the wan side, a bit thin, maybe a bit of a slouch, and a sort of dark disposition.
You know, I know what you're trying to do, and no, that's you're trying to say that I'm evil, and I'm not.
No, I think you're a hero. I'm just trying to say that protagonists and villains, in your mind, they're both meek you don't expect much from them. That's why their power comes from the fact that they don't look like monsters, beasts, goons, what have
The
you.
real
They
world
look
is much more
unassuming.
complicated, and as I said before, these are stories for children who have a simplistic worldview, so I'm not surprised that you would try to use this as analysis for things that happen in real life. But things are quite
You
complex in the real
do you
world.
think that I'm a blockhead?
No, I just think that you're misled because you have all of these confusing ideas about this and that. I don't know, you say things like primordial, and it just has nothing to do with actual, like, the data and what's happening in society.
Can I ask you, what's the last YouTube video that you really enjoyed?
The last YouTube video I enjoyed, I don't enjoy any YouTube video because it's filled with ads and algorithmic slop these days.
Uh-huh. What websites do you frequent? Do you like to go on Wikipedia these days?
Yes.
What's a Wikipedia article that blew your mind lately? Maybe we can look at it together.
I don't know, I would have to check my browsing history. I mean, this is what I'm talking about is, you have this this
What?
this energy that just you never stop, and I feel like if you have questions for me, I wish you would submit them ahead of time. That way I have time to compose them. I would much prefer that we interact over email, but you never respond to my emails.
I'm sorry about that. Are you saying that it's too much of an inconvenience for you to go on Wikipedia with me for 5 minutes? Am I really throwing that much of a monkey wrench in your plans? I mean, what do you even have to do today?
I'm well, I'm trying to look at the most recent Wikipedia article that I visited. According to my browser history, I looked at an animal called the coati.
Are you talking about the South American coati?
I'm not sure how it's pronounced. It's just a word. It's spelled.
It's only a word, right? Yeah. Why should that matter? I'm gonna keep you on the call here. I'm actually just gonna move your little icon, and then we're gonna go on the internet together. Yeah, I believe that that's pronounced Kalati. No disrespect. I'm
Well,
sure that you're well versed in other
I'm
things.
not going to do an accent when I pronounce a foreign word. I think that's a little bit ridiculous.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the same page right now. Are you on it? Do you want to go through this together? Or maybe we can even play Wikipedia roulette, and we can follow your joy and go to different Wikipedia tabs and just kind of wax intellectual about our topics of
Well,
the
there's
day.
nothing we could possibly say about it because it's all already written down by the
Okay,
contributors. I'm not
okay,
sure.
man.
I'm not sure what you would get out of. I would read this and I would maybe contemplate some aspect of it or be interested in it, but I would not. It's not a dialogue. Not everything has to be commented on, and not everything has to be explored in that way.
Okay. I guess I want to call this all off, man, because it's clear that I'm pissing you off. There's really no Wikipedia page that you and I could go on together that would make you happy.
Are you interested in lead poisoning and the effects of lead poisoning?
I am now. Let's talk about lead poisoning.
Well, it's also known as plumbism.
Yes. You know what? This is like Dungeons and Dragons, but on Wikipedia. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Lead
it's not
poisoning.
like that.
No, this is you and me. Here, I'll be the dungeon master and I'll be your friend. We both find ourselves in a library and we are discussing lead poisoning and what it does. Let's kind of frame this as a conversation.
Well, it says that lead poisoning causes almost 10% of intellectual disability.
If it, yeah, you know what I know about lead poisoning is that sometimes it can lead to seizures and comas.
Okay, and death.
And death too, yes, correct. Sometimes I find it interesting that it can occur through contaminated air and water and dust and food or consumer products.
Yes, but like I said, there's nothing to say about this because we know it's a problem, and the contributors of Wikipedia have already written a good article about it. So the real issue is that we live in a society where these problems are not confronted by the people that are, supposedly in control.
Okay. Um, yeah, but did you know that, risk factors include alcohol consumption and smoking?
Yes.
You knew that already.
I just assume because if that's what you're doing, you probably have all kinds of risks. You probably get exposed to all kinds of awful things because you're not in your right mind.
Did you hear that they mapped the nerve endings of the clitoris?
No, I did not. I don't look at that. I don't care about news about that.
You don't care about news about that?
No, it's not. They already. No, there's plenty. No.
I'm just gonna pull this up here. Yeah, they made some kind of 3D printed clit.
Well, I don't know why they did
Scientists
that.
did that. I
Who
mean, I
did
don't know.
that?
Are you saying that the scientists, man, you're heroes?
Well, I don't think real scientists would do that. It was probably funded by the Playboy magazine.
You think Playboy? You think Playboy got a hold of some scientists and tricked them into mapping clits?
Yeah, there's just no benefit to doing that. It sounds like
Okay.
an art project or something.
Yeah, you think maybe, I mean, how do you feel about the woke? Do you think that the woke is behind this?
I don't know. I don't think that's a real category. I mean, I think it's just there's no such thing as the real political groups. We're all individuals, and you can analyze it from a bird's eye view and maybe draw conclusions. But
Right. Okay, well, I feel like you and I both made some progress today about how to interact with each other. Uh, I hope that one of these days we can find out an activity that brings you joy. But in the meantime, I just want to thank you for chatting with me for a bit. I'm gonna let you go, and I'll talk to you later.
thank you.
All right, peace out. Ay, ay, ay. All right, well, it's always something talking to that guy. I wish I knew how to help him. I wish I could get him a girlfriend or something, but he insists that that's not what he wants. And maybe I'm wrong for trying to do that as a solution, Maybe when all you have is a big old cock, everything looks like a big fat pussy. Maybe I am a brute. Maybe I am a blockhead at the end of the day. He could have a point. But I will say, I like who I am, and I like who he is, and I hope we never change. We're like PB&J. What else? What else can we even chat about today? I feel like, you know what I want to do? I want to learn more about Ben Shapiro than the Daily Wire. I feel like he was playing Fortnite lately. Yeah, Ben Shapiro tried Fortnite, it didn't go well. Well, we gotta go to the source on this. I want to watch a reaction channel. Yeah, I got it. Trying Fortnite for the first time has to be it. Well, that's a sort of a free Facebook. Damn, alright. I mean, I guess I gotta go to his whole fucking YouTube channel. Ben Shapiro. Here we go. Alright, let's take a look here.
Oh, someone right in front of you. Aim downwards, aim downwards.
Just some context for you. The Daily Wire is falling apart in real time. Ben Shapiro is doing anything he can to get clicks. Just some context for you here. The Daily Wire is suffering from heavy cancer. The Daily Wire has cancer, and this is chemo. Does that make sense to you? Are you getting it now? This is an emergency appendectomy for a burst Daily Wire appendix. Ben Shapiro is the know-it-all doctor. I'm gonna give you 2 cc's of tuner bait, zoomer porn.
Oh, there's a guy.
Oh, someone else killed him. Oh, you got ran over by a car.
Wow.
I mean, look, you can't change the age of these men. When you sit down and show your dad Fortnite, and then you finally give him the controller, he says, oh, there's a guy. Bruh moment. Bruh moment. Dad, you don't have to say there's a guy every time you see a play. It's a fucking battle royale. There's 100 guys. Get used to it. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit, man. Yo, bro. I mean, he should have been doing this the whole time. He really should have been doing this forever. Short Weasel Plays Game. That should be the name of this channel. He would have 17 million subscribers. Watch this bushy-eyebrowed Jew play a game for tykes.
So you have to explain to me what this game is, why it exists, and everything. I know nothing about this other than I've seen a bunch of dumb children doing a dance.
I'm your editor. I'm cutting this segment. So you have to explain to me what's going on. Ben, the whole point is that this video requires no explanation. The whole point. Ben Shapiro does viral challenge. So you have to explain to me why this is viral and what it is. Then it's called Hawk2. Most of your viewers already know. Okay, Hawk2, please tell me, fill me in. What's Hawk2 and why should I care? Nope. Cut it, Ben. Get to the
I'm a big
game.
Star Wars guy.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, no, I like Star Wars too.
I'm
like
very
Yoda.
tempted to use Palpatine.
Should I do it?
I'm very tempted to use Palpatine.
Do it.
But instead I'll go with young
Good clip.
Harrison Ford, probably.
But actually, young Harrison Ford, he has such charisma, and actually headshot first, if we're being real.
Wow.
Wow.
So let's push X.
This is fun. This is like, I mean, it's already so insane to be playing Fortnite, but cutting to like reaction clips like of Owen Wilson in episode 3. I'm not even mad. I'm just like nostalgic for
Instead I'll go with young
2008.
Harrison Ford, probably.
Wow.
Wow.
So let's push X.
Okay.
Choose him. Now push circle. Perfect. Now we'll push this button here 2 times. Yep. 1, 2.
What is that? What's that sound? That sound is like when you, it's like your car door is open.
1,000 years later.
And as our sound effects guy used the chime from Jeep Renegade for the seatbelt not being on. That's not a sound effect we want to hear.
Okay, so now this is the warm up. You got 52 seconds. Nice. So you can see walk around, move around. X is going to be your jump button. Perfect.
Wow.
It's probably convenient that Ben Shapiro is of perfect blowjob height so that he can reward his editor for making this video watchable.
You have to move around a little bit. There you go.
Not saying he's given head to his editor, I'm just saying it probably is perfect that it works out that way, genetically speaking.
1996 PC.
This guy.
Ben Shapiro walks up to his editor and says, "Thanks for making my video funny." The editor, just looking down at Ben and seeing the alignment of where his penis is and where Ben's head is, he says, "No need to thank me, Ben. This interaction is all I need."
Whoever's playing this guy's good.
A little bit. Now jump on it.
So close. Why not?
Back up a little bit.
I'm literally...
It's just man tries video games for the first time. It's not Ben Shapiro versus Fortnite. This is can a dog get through a maze? I mean, it's painful.
Right here.
Now back up just a touch. For like 5 seconds in the forest.
I
That's
see a
great.
car.
Jake, go.
I wish there was more to say, but this is unwatchable. This is just a classic case of a nothing video getting saved in the edit. Then, learn how to play Fortnite and then make a video. Just try. You can't talk your way through Fortnite. You can't yap your way through the video game, bro. This is what I'm talking about. We gotta watch a Ben Shapiro, his rap. We just gotta revisit this rap with Tom Donald. And by the way, I've never seen anything but bangers from this guy. We gotta watch his latest music video after this. Okay, we're off to the races. I mean, call me controversial, 2 genders, boys and girls. One more time. I mean, he's off the rip. He's like the baby. He's got that Atlanta swag. Hey man, you're a cool rapper. You're gangsta. You got face tattoos. You got grills. You're rapping about boys and girls. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. If every white is racist, then maybe, and then he proceeds to say a bunch of racial stereotypes. Man, that's goated. Do you say pronouns again? Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Liz, so my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make... Put that shot. This is a long take. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. No one knows who you are. All right, let's cut to the next piece of B-roll here. Nope, let's touch and remember what the next line is. I mean, it would work. He's not taking it seriously. He's like, this is funny that I'm in this video, so I don't have to try hard. You're standing next to this guy. I mean, it doesn't work. You guys have to have the same energy. This would be like if, I'm out of analogies. Sorry. All my people download this. Let's get a billboard #1. This ain't rap, this ain't money. All my people download this. Let's get a billboard #1. This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes. We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. You're going to prison, I'm on television. You're going to prison. Think about what that means. You're going to prison. You're eating slop. You're getting raped. No dignity. No freedom. Shit in a bucket next to a guy every day. That's your life. And somehow you're listening to this rap. And somehow, yeah, this is directed at my haters. You know, prisoners. Woke Karens. That's my #1 op. My second #1 op is the Amish. Because people who can't really see what I'm up to. Yeah, you're in prison. You're dead. All my ops are dead. You're in a grave. You're in a grave. I'm on a boat. Alright, Ben. Don't hurt him. By the way, is Ben Shapiro on television? Is that what we call a fact now? Ben Shapiro's on was even on television 2 years ago? Are you allowed to say I'm on television if Piers Morgan rips you out of your gamer chair once a month to comment on pronouns? You know who else on television? Haktula. If you count Dr. Phil. You know who else is on television? Your haters. Woke Karens. Prisoners. The average prisoner is on television just as much as Ben Shapiro, so that logic kind of falls apart, don't you think? The logic. Alright, Ben, I wish it felt better to roast you. I really do. Let's watch a Tom McDonald hit. A banger. Anti. They a bunch of Satanists, criminals, murderers, and pedos. We all pray to God while they worshiping the devil. Yeah, it's Hollywood, the royal family, politicians left and right. They seem anti-American, they anti-Christ. Fuck, man. I hope I don't get copyright struck. Let's just watch one of your interviews.
They want people broke, weak, easy to manipulate and control. You can use the news to do that to adults, but a 13-year-old kid's gonna put on his headphones and listen to music. It's such a beautiful thing to be independent because I'm not beholden to anybody. There's no record label, there's no manager, there's no sponsorship that I'm gonna lose.
Do you care what people think about you?
No.
You're not just an artist, you're also an entrepreneur, so you get kicked in the face every day, right?
It's difficult to find the balance. Working 20 hours a day.
Why is the industry so focused on messages that are evil or subversive?
I want to make stuff that's gonna empower people or make people smile or lift people up. I mean, language is everything.
What's the bowl of black bees?
On messages.
What are you guys eating on?
Dealing with communism.
What the fuck am I looking at? What is that? How the fuck do you zoom in on YouTube? Sorry, boomer moment. I know there's way on your damn phone.
In
It don't matter.
Than in Canada, because it's cold and communist now, and that sucks.
I guess that's what you can say for those of us living in LA, right? We're dealing with the Socialist Republic of California, but at least we have the weather when there isn't a fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Going on.
Yeah.
So what made you move to the United States? Because you moved here about 11 years ago, so that was way before.
Wait, where's he from? Gotta be from Canada, right?
And to this day,
The name like McDonald.
that's where they live.
Wait, they moved from Canada to Mexico?
They moved
Yeah,
from Canada.
Canadian.
Imagine knowing that you're going to have a freer, better life in Mexico than you would in Canada. It's mind-blowing.
It's mind-blowing.
It's a real thing. First thing I wrote was Dear Rappers. And then I honestly don't know what happened. It was literally like God just spoke through me that day. I don't remember stopping to think what rhymes with this or pausing to sort of formulate what the next line was going to be. I just wrote this song, and by the time that
I am so locked in, I can't lie. I feel like I'm watching a chameleon blink. This is not funny or entertaining, it's purely fascinating. He's telling this interviewer that he was in such a good place, such a flow state, that he wasn't thinking about what rhymes with this or what rhymes with that. Wow, man, you must be a really good rapper.
or pausing to sort of formulate what the next line was going to be. I just wrote this song, and by the time that half a cigarette was done, and we're talking 5 minutes, the song was done. And I sat there and looked at my phone, and I literally was like, oh my God.
This is the problem with people who believe in Jesus and who love God. Anytime you ask them, how did you do that? They say, I have no fucking idea. I don't know. I think that God did it when I was sleeping. Hey man, why does your song sound like that? I don't know. I'm Christian. Sorry, I don't know the answer to that. I wasn't thinking, and when I was thinking, it was done. Sorry. You don't have to believe in God to enter a flow state and get work done really fast, but you should be behind the wheel of your own mind. I mean, is this what people want in their Christians? They're good Christian men who hate Satanists and pedophiles. What if I told you, let's take it there. If the interviewer was asking, because by the way, this is look at him. He looks like he just got out of prison. Am I the only one who sees this? This guy looks like a damn criminal. This guy's covered in tattoos. He raps, for God's sake. Am I crazy to compare this guy to a criminal, to a gangbanger? Imagine that this is an interview after he got released from prison. He murdered his whole family. What was going through your mind when you did that banger? What was going through your mind when you killed your whole family? I don't know. I wasn't thinking what I was doing. I was just going from one thing to the other, and by the time half of the cigarette was gone, my family was dead. I think God just kind of took over. Is this what we want in our Christians? People who have no fucking idea what's going on. They can't answer for any of their behaviors. They can't take accountability or responsibility for any of their actions. They just say God did it. That doesn't sound Christian to me. I think you gotta say, yeah, I wrote a song in 5 minutes. It's probably because I wasn't really interested in spending too much time on it. That's okay to say, man. We can tell.
I just did it. And then I ran in the house, and Nova was on her computer or something, and I said to her, I just wrote the song that's going to change our lives. Grab the camera, like, let's shoot a video. And she's like, don't you need to, like, record the song? And I was
Why so morose? Talking about the song that made you rich and famous? Why so morose, man? This is the thing, is like, they just can't be normal about anything. Just say, yeah, it was awesome. Made it in 5 minutes, ran inside. I was like, let's shoot the video. And then boom, bing, bang, boom, we were done. And then do this gesture. People like that. That's a friendly guy. But let's talk about, like, Michael Jackson. No. Let's talk about, who made a banger? Who made a banger? Yeah, fuck it, Michael Jackson. He just recorded Thriller. Yeah, it was awesome. I was thinking about monsters. I was thinking about monsters and creatures. I laid it down. Took about 5 minutes. And guess what? Jesus never came around. I did it solo. There was no Christ. There was no God. When I recorded Thriller, there was no God. No God in the room then. I looked to my left, I looked to my right. No angel, no devil. I was alone making Thriller. Woo!
I was like, I'm going to record it right now. Like, while I'm recording it, just, like, pull down the backdrop. We had this little $20 computer and put it online. I don't care. But I'm not going to.
Damn, is that a wolf on your shirt? Holy shit, you're cool. Holy fuck, what's that, an animal that bites? Damn, I don't want to piss you off. Oh, Christ. I don't know. It's bumming me out. Oh, he was on Piers Morgan.
The question, has hip-hop gone woke? I spoke to Ben about it's unlikely. Surprised by the backlash, or did you predict the backlash and that was one of the reasons you did the song in the first place?
Well, I've made a lot of sort of
What's your point? If hip-hop's become woke, what's your point? It's too easy, anyone can do it as long as they just say the right words? Yeah, you proved it, bro. It's gone woke, that's why you're here.
anthems over the years, and there's always a certain degree of backlash that comes with it. So this one was sort of, a lot of my relationship with the audience is call and response. I make a song, people respond in the way that they do, and then I respond again with the next song. So
I hate you. I hate you. Alright, I can't do it anymore. Sorry. Let's do a palate cleanser. I need to calm down.
So I woke up craving a burger. Then I realized having a burger
I tried making Haley Bieber.
Let's make some cactus.
as an Arab man, let me introduce.
I don't mind being.
Ay, ay, ay.
The judges were speechless after
This
this.
is a pair of desserts.
A pair of desserts.
So it's a play on words, a pair of desserts. So basically 2 desserts, 1 dessert and the bottom dessert, and you eat it all together. It's meant to kind of pair with the pear.
I don't get it. Wow. Nice.
And the pear flavors aren't in the pear, it's in the plate.
This is fabulous.
Oh my god.
A dolce and vanilla whipped ganache, and the center there is a caramelized honey with yuzu gel.
Looks
Inside
yummy.
the plate, you've got a pear compote, a compressed pear, and the center cake with filling chocolates.
It's fresh, it's light.
You know
the
what's
chocolate
interesting
is
about
thin.
this? It's just like the funny news that we were looking at earlier, you know? You want to eat this dessert, it's tasty, but wait till I tell you what it's called. You're going to laugh your ass off. It's got a pun. Hey man,
And
I
it pairs
already
so
liked it when
well
I tried it with a
the
spoon.
plates.
Apparently.
What else is delicious?
First of all, I didn't even know Kevin. I've never juiced a pomegranate before, so we'll see how much gets out of it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wow, he's juicing it. He's flabbergasted.
Okay, last pomegranate here. I already know this is gonna be a good one. Hold on, watch. Okay, this is my favorite part. This is retail price, $17 worth of organic pomegranate juice.
You're telling me there's juice in a pomegranate, and then when you juice enough, you can fill up a container of with juice? That is worth 3.5 million likes. You're telling me you can get juice out of a fruit and put it in a bottle? What will happen next?
And we squeezed roughly $15 worth of pomegranates here, so we're gonna see how much we actually get.
Oh, wow, you save money if what you're interested in buying is pomegranate juice.
Okay. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good.
You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if it's a genre of content, but man goes to convenience store and exchanges $1 for 4 quarters. You know what's awesome about this dollar? It's worth 4 quarters. Alright, check this out. Just got 4 quarters for my dollar. Now, this is where it gets crazy. I filled up this entire jar with quarters, and it was all from using dollars. Hey man, did you make any money?
That's awesome. So I'm not gonna lie.
But if you give it a little time, he'll stabilize. Could a Secret Service vehicle stop a bullet? This is a window that was
Yes.
pulled off of a Secret Service Suburban, and we're gonna shoot it with everything all the way up to a 50 cal and see what it can stop. Good luck, Fred. Starting out with a 22. All right, here's our entry from the 22. Put a little mark in the front, but did not come out the back.
Alright. I don't know. Let me think. Let me think here. Let me think about what's good to say. We can talk about, yeah, you know, let's talk about this real quick. Someone did a cost per nut analysis of clavicular's dates. Or no. No, this isn't clavicular. It's one insanely autistic Chad friend. Cost per nut of the last 10 girls he hooked up with in the Big Apple. 3 dates, cocktails plus dinner, Uber home, $284. Wait, I don't get it. I thought, oh, it's girl. It's sorted by girl, not by date. Damn, this guy really fucks. So, I see, on the 3rd date they fucked. This is 1 nut per girl? Alright. That's making sense. And brought over. Alright. You know what, I mean, just looking at here, this analysis, what it's saying to me is that there are different kinds of girls out there. And no disrespect to this girl who went on 1 date, 1 walk, and then went over to his place to fuck. She is probably cool. I'm serious. I like that in a girl. 4 dates, dinner, wine bar, and brunch. It doesn't matter. Every time you nut with a new lady or man, anytime someone gets you off, you do the math not based on how many of them, but just this girl, the amount of dates, 4 dates, $618. Let's do some quick math. That's like $150 per date. All right. So you just have to think of that as, all right, this nut was worth 4 $150 dates, and now that I fucked on the 4th date, every $150 date from now on will result in a nut. So the return on investment, the ROI, is not actually on here. It's not accounted for. Once you fuck, it doesn't matter how many dates you've been on. Now you're good to go. It's just 1 date per fuck from then on. And then here's the real life hack. Make someone your GF or BF. No more dates. Just pure fucking. And you're not gonna believe what happens when you get married. You're not gonna believe what happens when you make a couple vows at the altar. All the math falls away. I've spoken to so many married people. You know what they say? We never talk about finances. We only fuck. My one insanely autistic chatter friend, who was a bachelor, you know what? I don't care how autistic you are. Once you have a life, you stop doing fuck math. You just do normal counting. 1, 2, 3 nuts I bust. You're back to kindergarten when you get a wife. 1, 2, 3 times you came on my head. So this is just only relevant to you if you don't want to get married. I mean, I don't know. Sushi Cocktails comedy show. Yeah, I think by the time you go into a comedy show with a date, you should call your losses. That's not going to be a worthwhile nut. It doesn't matter how much money, I don't care if it's a free comedy show. If you're going to a comedy show with a date, your nut will hurt. It will be acrid. It will stink and sting. Okay, Yankees game, 2 dinners, rooftop drinks, not feeling connection text. Oh, he didn't cut this off, I guess. They never fucked. What's this doing on the list? Let's see what people are saying, because it's kind of hard for me to even figure out what this means. She wasn't looking the best, let's just say. She wasn't the best looking, let's just say. Would love to see this for married guys. They're all beautiful mids. For a Chad, if that's proper, right? For us non-Chads, I'd probably at least double it, maybe triple. Double what, bro? There's many variables. Just double everything. Just double it all for a non-Chad. Okay, no one asked you. Cost per nut analysis. You know, this is something, this is like a broke boy thing. When you got no cash in the bank, everyone knows what I'm about to say. When you're unemployed, you got no cash in the bank, you don't check the finances, you don't go on the banking app, you don't want to see how little money you have because it's just going to put you in a bad mood. I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are, you should always have a poverty mindset when it comes to nuts. If you're married, if you're single, if you're a gooner, especially if you're a gooner. I mean, gooners know. If you're jerking off 5 times a day to furry porn, you have a poverty mindset about nuts. You think that that you're about to get shot in the brain by a sniper, or that an asteroid is gonna hit you in the head. You know, you have to get these nuts out like there's no tomorrow, and you are never checking the reserves. You're never doing an ultrasound on the testicles to figure out, wait, can I actually bust a nut, or is a cartoon moth gonna fly out? I fuck, okay? At least you have to believe that I do. You don't know one way or the other, I could be lying. But this show doesn't work unless you believe that I fuck, okay? So let's just take it from there. You're watching, you're implicated. You're implicated in this show. I fuck. I fuck all the time, that's another thing that you have to believe about me. I fuck a lot, and I fuck many. Alright? And I do it ethically. I do it all the right way. Okay? And use your imagination. I don't do it all the right way, like... I get down and dirty. Nothing illegal, nothing unethical, nothing mean, nothing nasty, but... I'll do whatever you want, let's just say that. I'll do whatever you want. As long as I get what I want to. But as long as what I want is what you want, alright? Am I making sense here? It all works. I fuck all the time. When I nut, as I'm nutting, that nut is separate from the economy. It's separate from the weather. It's disconnected. Every nut exists in a vacuum, figuratively and literally, because of the way she sucked me. Figuratively and literally, because of the way she, he, or they suck me. Suck me right off. I do the peanut butter trick with a vacuum, the way I get sucked. The vacuum walks over to my peanut butter soaked cock and gives me head the way I get off. That's not literal, that's figurative. If you were to see me get a nut, you would think that a sentient vacuum cleaner who loves peanut butter ran into the room to suck me off. And I'm not just getting head either. I'm not just getting my prick sucked. The way it goes downtown, when my cock goes in something that doesn't eat per se, when my cock goes in a downstairs orifice, I'm getting sucked down there too. That's sucking me in. I don't have to hump sometimes. And neither does my partner. I just put my hands in the air and let the vacuum just start sucking. I have an anti-gravity chamber down there. That's how much of a vacuum I exist in when I nut. I'm telling you, I don't think about my finances. I don't think about the weather. I don't think about what's on TV. I don't think about if my penis is currently falling off. That does not occur to me. Every nut is free, even if I worked for it. Every nut is a 4-leaf clover, even if it's on the calendar. This is the mindset, my mindset. You don't have to have my mindset. Every single time I come, nut, or even if I don't make it, sometimes I can go for hours without making it there. That don't matter. That's fine too. As long as I do this. That's a nut. That's a nut too. When I'm done, when it's over, I think, wow, my lucky day. And that's true if we made an appointment 10 years in advance. That's true if I made a pact with some chick who I made eye contact with across the park bench from me, and we eventually made an agreement, hey, if I'm single and you're single in 10 years, let's make a baby. Even when I come in that instance, I think, wow, how lucky was that? That was serendipitous. I've had a few appointments. I've had a lot of women, close friends, people who I'm not romantically involved with, who have said, hey, can I borrow your sperm to make a super child? Can I borrow your sperm? My boyfriend is shooting blanks. He loves you just as much as I do. We get along, all three of us, when we go out. He really respects you. I said, well, do you want to use a donor? He said, Chad? I said, Chad? You sure? He said, of course I'm sure. What, you want our kid to be good, don't you? That's happened. I can't count how many times that's happened, that I've helped out a friend in need by donating some jizz in a cup. And that has to go on the calendar. You can't just Kramer your way into your mutual girlfriend's house and say, hey, I brought jizz in a cup because I heard your boyfriend was suffering from finasteride side effects. You can't say that. You have to make a plan. You have to put that in the group chat. Even when I nut in that Dixie cup to make a baby for my friend, I think, huh, that was lucky. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky guy. So this is not a luck mindset. Does that make sense? We're not clocking into the jizz factory. We're finding seashells on the beach. Even if you get paid to sell them by the seashore. All right, I think that's a good place to leave it. I hope everyone has a good Friday night. I hope you get up to what I say that is good to do. But if you don't, if you live your own life, that's fine too. I can't stop you. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.